I got you.
What's going on, Savage Squad? It's your boy Black Rob.
An Angel.
And Angel. I got one question. Have you missed us? Have you missed us?
Don't lie. Don't deny what you're feeling right now.
I know it's been a while. But we back with a mukbang, a movie review. We're going to review, and I don't know if review is the right word, but we're going to talk about all the movies we've seen in January. And then going forward, we're going to start doing mukbangs after every time we go to the movies. So there'll be a lot shorter videos. This one might be a little bit long, but going forward, the rest shouldn't be that long. So we're going to start from recent all the way back to the beginning of January. So first movie up, hold on, I should say, it's a grading scale of 1 to 10. A 1 being trash, they shouldn't have made it. 5 is watchable, not good or bad, it's watchable. 10, best movie ever. One of the best movies ever. Alright, so we're going to start with Gretel and Hansel. You want to go first?
Okay.
You don't spoil it, I guess. You don't got to go into details.
No, I'm just going to tell you exactly how I feel about that movie.
Oh, we got Chick-fil-A.
Chicky nuggy.
Yeah, chicky nuggies.
Polynesian sauce. That's my favorite sauce. Gretel and Hansel, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give that movie a solid 3. That movie was... How much can I say?
Whatever you want.
Trash. That movie was trash. That movie was trash. Oh my God. It was not what I expected. It was very good. But then at one point it was like,
So it was very good.
At first, it looked like it was getting good, and it was like, How you feel about it?
That's it. I should do it first. Alright. So I give it a 4 out of 10. Gretel and Hansel gets a 4 out of 10 for me. It started off, like she said, it had some promise. It started off like intriguing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I want to see where this goes. But then all of a sudden it kind of takes a weird turn. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish, but the movie's weird the whole time. That's fine. But then it starts to get boring, and it just like it gets lost. Like the movie's just going very anticlimactic.
Okay, I did not say that much. I totally agree with you, though.
That's not spoilers. Spoilers is telling what happens in the movie. I hadn't said you can describe a movie without telling what happens in it.
Okay.
So the end is very anticlimactic. It just, I don't know, it just goes on, and a whole lot of nothing's happening. Like I say, it started off all right. Decent premise. I mean, everybody knows the story of Hansel and Gretel. But yeah, it just, I don't know. Once it takes that turn, it just doesn't get back on course. So
No.
yeah, 4 out of 10 for me. Like I said, I give it that 4 because it started off intriguing, and then it loses itself. So you want to go back and say something else, or you want to go to the next one?
You said everything was sinking. So we can go to the next one.
All right. So the next movie is The Turning.
The movie is what it's called.
This might be the worst movie I've seen in quite some time. I give it a 2, and I only give it a 2 because I like Mackenzie Davis. That's the lead actress name. I like her. That's the only reason why.
A lot of movies
I can't stand the little boy from Stranger Things. This movie was so bad. Oh my God. If you're about to be talked into going to see that movie, please get a headache, stomach ache, have a doctor's appointment. You gotta feed your dog for 2 hours, something. Make up something. Do not go see this movie. I'm telling you. You're going to be disappointed. If you look at all the trailers make it seem like a pretty good ghost scary movie. And it is a ghost scary movie all the way up until the last 10 minutes. And it turns into a psychological thriller. And you're like, what? That's the question. When it starts to do that stuff, you're like, huh? And it just... I'm all for something not being everything it showed in the trailer. That's not the issue. But the issue is the whole movie played out like that. And then the last 5 to 10 minutes, they're like, they were like, nah, we got you. And this ain't what this is about. So, the acting and the actors in it did okay. But the movie itself, it was a mess, man. It was a mess. And I think it was set in like, I don't know, maybe the 80s or something, 70s. There were no cell phones. And they were using the payphone. So, I don't know. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. You go.
All right. What was your rating?
What I said, 2?
All right. So, for me, The Turning was exactly what it is saying. It is The Turning. It turns from something that looks really good, like you said. Even in the trailer, it looks really good. For me, it's like Gretel and Hansel. Like, it starts out really, really good. But, like he said, at the last 10 minutes, that's when it does The Turning. So, I definitely also... I think I'm feeling like the beginning was real good, but it just... Once you get to the end, it just messed up the whole movie for me. So I think it's a 2 for me, too.
A bad ending can ruin... 5 minutes of bad ending can ruin 2 hours of great movie and build up. Yeah. So 2 out of 10s? All right. Let's move to the next one. I hope y'all seeing or sensing the theme of these movies. I'll comment on that at the end of this video.
Trash. That's the thing.
The next movie... That ain't the thing. The next movie is The Gentleman.
Okay, so...
You go first.
I guess I'm taking it away.
Yeah, you go first.
Well, The Gentleman is good. That movie is real good. The action is great. It just has some suspense to where you're like, okay, what's gonna happen? I wouldn't say it's predictable, which is something that I love about movies. Anything that's unpredictable is great. The actor is wonderful. I mean, everything about that movie is great. I think I would give that movie, I think I'd give it like a 9 or 9.5. That movie was real good.
I didn't know you liked it like that.
Heck yeah, that movie, it got some stuff, I like,
I didn't know you liked it like that.
But yeah, I love action. And then I think the favorite part about the whole movie was how witty they were. I love stuff like that. Like, I mean, between, calling each other inappropriate names and still being very witty and sophisticated and professional, with all the action, and this is awesome. That movie's dope.
Yeah, I can dig it. All right. So for me, I give The Gentleman an 8. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I like Charlie Hunnam. It's one of my favorite actors. I know he gets a bad rep for whatever reason. But I like most movies he's been in, honestly. So, whatever. But, yeah, man, like she said, all the acting was pretty good. There was some good comedy. You can sense from the trailers that there's comedy, but this movie was actually very funny. A lot of stuff that happened was very funny. Decent amount of action. It wasn't over the board action. The movie's not based on action, so it wasn't overloaded with action. Like I said, there's nice little what they call it? Mouse and cat and mouse. Yeah, nice cat and mouse between a few of the characters in the movie. So yeah, it was definitely surprisingly good. I knew I wanted to see it, or as more and more I saw trailers, I knew I wanted to see it. But it was even better than I expected. So I recommend this movie. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me, 9 out of 10 for her. Next up, Bad Boys 3. For me, this movie is a 10 out of 10.
Mm-mm.
10 out of 10. If you've seen the other two, there's a debate for which one is the best one. And that's hard to say for a trilogy. Normally, the first one's the best, and then the other two go downhill. All three of these movies are great, but for me, Bad Boys 3 is the most complete out of all three. Bad Boys 3 is more similar to 1, where it has every element, good story, action, comedy, whatever, and acting, but it amplifies it. 2 was great, but it just was action and comedy. The story was like, and it was way too long. Way too long for an action movie. It just, I don't know. So 2 was good, 1 was good, 3 was great. But yeah, like I said, 3, most complete out of all of them. Funny acting. It's funny seeing how they, with them being older, how they acted in comparison to the other movies. And they actually had like some deep acting. It was tense, good action. I love it, man. 10 out of 10 for me.
Well, I've never seen the first 2. Here comes the judgment.
They're
It's
both
alright.
on Netflix, by the way. I've been told to watch them.
Oh, I
You
forgot.
want to listen to me?
I forgot, for real. I'm gonna have to go watch them though. But Bad Boys 3, it's funny you said 10 because that's how I felt about it. It was like I was crying laughing. It was so funny.
It was really good.
Like I was literally crying laughing. It was like it's certain parts that you could just remember forever. And you're like, wow. And have inside jokes with your friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were people laughing louder in the movie theater, and you couldn't even be mad at them because it was funny.
Yep. It definitely had got good reception in the theater when we saw it in. People loved it, man. It was funny, man. Like I said, it wasn't. I would say it was not as funny as 2, but it's a different kind of funny. Seeing them play on them being older so much, it makes it a different funny than 2. 2 was like just gut busting laughter just from the stuff that was happening. But 3 is funny. I think, like I say, it stems from them playing on them being older. You know, so it's perfect for me, man. I highly recommend that for anybody. And regardless of whichever one you think is the best, they're all good. So, whatever. Dang. This next movie she didn't go see. I went and seen it by myself. It's 1917. Now, I give this movie an 8. I give this movie an 8. It was the way it was shot. I don't know what they call it. I'm not big in the cinematography, or if that's even the right word. I'm not big on that kind of stuff. But the way they shot it, it looked insane. Like it makes you feel like you're there with the guys, and it was so intense. The feeling you have while you're watching the movie, you just feel so immersed. That's the word. That's the word of the day. Immersed. You feel so immersed because of how they shot it.
Immersed.
My gripe with it is, that's a spoiler. I can't say that. No, I guess I can get around it.
Immersed.
The gripe I have with the movie is how the two guys, if you've seen the trailer, you know they two guys trying to get somewhere, whatever. My gripe is that I wish they would have built up their relationship a little bit more and their camaraderie a little bit more. But it was still all right. But I wish they would have built that up more. And if you watch the movie, you'll see why I wish they would have built that up more. But it was a good movie, man. It was a good movie. I recommend it. And I don't like war movies or military movies. I don't like those kind of movies. But for some reason, I wanted to see this, and I'm glad I did. So, yeah, 1917, 8 out of 10. All right. Next up, Underwater. Take it away.
Okay.
Ooh, big one. There.
Underwater with Kristen Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I recognize by name? I don't know. I don't know by name, but Underwater was pretty good. I don't know. It had some scenes where it was just things you didn't expect to happen. It was some turns you didn't expect for them to take, but it's a good movie. I guess it's just not as good as I thought it would be. I'd have to give that movie a 7. What?
That's the end of your description. That's all you're gonna say.
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't even get a chance to eat my food because you be with these nippy descriptions.
Well,
it's a mukbang for you. Look at this. Look at all her chicken nuggets gone.
Along with it being a 7.
Gee, buzz.
I think Kristen Stewart's acting was good. In that, there's a lot of movies where I don't like her acting, I will say. I come to realize her in person, she talks a lot more than she portrays in movies as an actress. And she has like a more bubbly personality, apparently, in real life. And, I feel like it showed a little bit more in Underwater, for sure, than it did in other movies like Twilight. But since we're eating,
Jesus Christ!
I don't know what else.
So, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should be doing, anyways, already, pause the video, go follow me on Twitter, BlackRob29. Yeah. So if you follow me on Twitter, usually I give these movies a grade right after I see them anyways. So there's that. So if the grades are different now than what I said on Twitter, ignore that. Maybe I feel different now. So Underwater, I give it a 7 as well. 7 as well. Like she said, Kristen Stewart, she did a really good job acting. I was convinced. The movie, out of this whole list, the other scary movies we have on here, this one is the best one. It's not scary.
Yeah, it is.
No movie's scary, but except for Candyman. And Arachnophobia.
I haven't seen that.
Don't see it. It's terrifying.
I will.
But yeah, not scary, but it is very intense in the environment. Them being underwater, you can't see the monsters. It's very intense. So I like the tension it had built up. Now at the same time though, with it being underwater, some things were kind of hard to see, but it wasn't too bad. I've seen worse. So yeah, it's a decent movie. I'd recommend watching it. I recommend watching it. It's very tense. Very good acting in it. I liked it. And last but not least.
But yes, least.
Actually, yeah. Probably the least.
Yes. The very least.
Actually, I don't know. Between The Turning and this.
Oh, God.
The Grudge. The Turning and The Grudge might be two of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I think The Grudge was for me.
You like The Turning better? I guess The Turning started off.
The beginning was real good.
The Turning did start off all right.
The Grudge was just like.
The Grudge was trash.
Are you gonna try to be a good movie?
It has no
You're
redeeming
gonna
qualities
look
about
like
it
this
too.
whole
Yeah.
time?
What I gave The Turning? 2 out of 10. I give The Grudge a 0,
Yeah,
man. I don't even know if that's on the scale of 1.
Would not recommend.
I don't go see this movie.
Don't for real. Don't do it.
I give The Grudge a 0 out of 10. No redeeming qualities. Acting's not good. Writing's not good. They try and get you with a bunch of cheap jump scares. Only scary people fell for them, but it's not scary. Like I said, the theme of this list, there's 4 horror movies on here. Only one is good. The other 3 are terrible. I hate horror movies. Not because I'm scared. They're all terrible. I feel like I've said this before in a mukbang. Horror movies are the worst genre of movies. It's not even close. You can go see any random comedy movie. I guarantee you'll laugh at least twice. That's enough. You'll laugh a little bit. You can go see any action movie. You'll enjoy the action, whether you like that kind of movie or not. You'll enjoy some action scenes, some fight scenes, some gun fights, car chases. You'll enjoy something. Horror movies are stupid. They're stupid. The characters make the worst decisions. Like, not even worse, like to... They make
the same thing.
Huh?
Who was it?
It was me. I've been saying this the whole time.
Oh, Baki said that too.
No. I've been saying this the whole time. I've been saying this forever. Horror movies are terrible. Characters make the worst decisions and all to further the plot. That's the only reason why they make decisions. They don't make logical human decisions. They make the decision to move the plot forward. That's terrible writing. If you have to make the character do something illogical to move the story forward, that's stupid. Plot holes happen. There's plot holes in every single movie. But the ones that have to move the movie forward with a plot hole are stupid. And that's all horror movies do. Characters make the dumbest decisions. What was that dumb movie we watched on Netflix?
Hulu?
The one... Was it Hulu?
Mm-hmm. Zoe Kravitz?
No, not that one. The horror movie. That wasn't a horror movie. The one where they was fighting at the bar at first, and then the man had the cut on his face. And the phone. Them kids left their phone.
Oh.
What was the name of that movie? It was some dumb...
I don't know. That movie, we didn't
Regardless,
finish it.
It ain't even worth it. That's why we don't remember the name. There was a bar fight. These kids that came to his bar, one of them left their phone. He had the phone, and overnight, there was like a murder or something on his phone or something. And his girlfriend said, "Hey, take the phone to the police." He's like, "Okay, I will." Didn't do it. Started getting involved with the stuff that was happening on the phone. All of a sudden, he started being haunted and all this stuff. All he had to do was take the phone to the police. What was so hard about that?
That movie wasn't realistic.
There was 0 point to him not taking that phone to the police. Why would you keep the phone? And then start investigating and sending text messages on the phone. First of all, I probably would have threw the phone in the trash can in the first place. I probably would have looked at their pictures first real quick to see if they had some stuff on there.
No!
But after that, I would have threw the phone away or act like I had never seen it. Or just give it to the police like the dang on girlfriend said. It don't make no sense to me. People are so stupid. The horror movies, characters make the worst decisions. They're never scary. That's the whole point of a horror movie, right? Should be scary. They're not scary. Except for if you scare easy. Horror movies are the worst genre of movies. I would watch a musical. I might bit off more than I could chew that. I probably wouldn't watch a musical.
I can't stand musicals.
I'd watch an animated musical before I watch a horror movie. But yeah, The Grudge, no redeeming qualities. I hated it, 0.
I'm not gonna say 0.
You gonna say 0 too?
Yeah, 0. It looks so. It looks like something that was rushed. Like it didn't even. Like the person didn't take their time and think it out, or if they did, they shouldn't be making any more movies.
You want one of my chicken nuggets?
Perhaps. But yeah, it was a 0. But it just, I don't know. Like the storyline was kind of confusing to me, a little bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's another thing. They was telling the stories. It kept flopping between the current and then the other, and then the past people that lived in the house.
Confusing.
It kept going back and forth. I never seen the original one, so I don't know if they were just trying to do it like that. I don't know. I never seen the Chinese one or Japan.
Well, it did do that, but the way they did it was freaking terrible. Because sometimes you couldn't even tell if it was the present time or the past. So you're trying to figure it out. I don't know. It was a mess. But the first one was good. The original Grudge, great. But that, good grief.
And then that's another case of the characters making piss poor decisions. The cop told her, don't go in the house, drop it, leave the case alone. She had to go in the house, didn't drop it, didn't leave the case alone. And horror movies are terrible. Terrible. So, anything else you want to add for any of the movies or that dumb movie?
No.
So, Hansel and Gretel, no. Turning, no. Gentlemen, yes. Bad Boys, yes. 1917, yes. Underwater, yes. Grudge,
no.
Hell no. So that's gonna be it, y'all. That's all the movies we've seen in January. Gretel and Hansel came out in February, I think, the 1st. But we just went through that one in there because we just seen it. So, yeah, that's gonna be it, man. We're gonna go see Birds of Prey on maybe Friday or Saturday. So whenever we see it, we'll have a video up a few hours later with our review and what we thought. Y'all let me know if y'all are okay with spoilers, or maybe we should dive a little bit deeper into some of the movies. We'll just be sure to put a spoiler tag for the people that don't want to know. Because like I said, the videos are going to be a lot shorter because they're going to be just one movie. So we might just do that. Just spoiler alert, and then dive deep into the movies for the people that want to know. So, yeah, so Birds of Prey this weekend.
I want to see it.
What? What?
I want to see it. The end. I want to see it.
Oh.
You ready?
I guess so. I guess we out.
Peace.